Let's go.
Oh, good. Most of my stuff done.
You got your stuff done.
I got most of my stuff ready to go.
Let's go. Let's do it. Make it happen. Enough. There's phlegm involved, and that's disgusting.
Get my voice in shape.
Me.
Ready to go? Shall we do it?
Yep.
We're doing it.
I know.
We're doing it now.
I figured.
It's already been done.
You already fucking do this.
I just kind of do it. We just do it. And might as well just kind of start it.
Just slide right in.
Welcome to this Epic Disaster Podcast, the mellow version. The mellow start version.
Hello.
That was anticlimactic.
Sorry. I have that effect on men.
Well, thanks for joining us, people. We are here actually in the daylight. It's you have new hours, and so we're actually recording in the daylight again, which we used to do a long time ago. Indeed. And now we're doing it again.
Once again in the daylight.
Which is great.
Which makes us not vampires.
Although I find it interesting that somehow the incense has stopped. And we also have light and a fan going, which we normally don't do. I hope that doesn't pick up on the sound. Should we turn that on?
I don't know. It's toasty in here. And when we don't have the fan going, you start dripping sweat, and it's
a
little disgusting.
I know. I'm a little moist. I get moist.
I like that word.
Moist. Well, speaking of moist, we actually have an article here on the table that is moist.
Wait, there's a moist article. Oh, you mean like a moist object?
It is moist.
I thought you meant like an article, like a newspaper article.
No.
Okay.
I didn't mean that at all.
Because that would be hard to read.
We have a beer for our live beer review.
Yay.
Ladies and gentlemen, the live beer review section of the podcast.
You're a fucking freak.
Now, for those who don't know, the on this particular podcast, we do a thing called live beer review, and what we do is we have a beer that we've not had on the podcast before, which is pretty much every beer in the world, and we drink it throughout the podcast. At the end of the podcast, we'll tell you what we think, and then you might want to go out and buy it.
Hold up. Just stop for a second.
Sure.
Are you going to introduce it like that every single time?
You have to pretend like it's the first time anybody's heard.
No, you don't.
Yes, you do.
No, you don't.
You don't want to leave people in the dark.
You actually don't.
People need to be like, why? What's a live beer review? What are they drinking? I don't understand. What's the concept
Then
of
they
this?
can go back and listen to the last podcast where we
you got to be
explained it.
nice. You have to welcome the people.
I'm very welcoming.
You can't just, when people show up, you can't just go, you're on your own. Go find the bathrooms on your own. I'm not going to tell you where you go work. You have to say, this is your office. This is where the bathrooms are. And then the next people who show up, you say the same thing. We're just being polite. So
These are adults, right? These are adults.
They're adults who some of them may have never been to the podcast before. So what I would like for us to do at this point is explain what beer we're going to be drinking today.
Okay, I'll read it. So today we're having...
This is something, by the way, picked out by my wife.
Uh-huh.
I had nothing to do with this. This is not a beer I would pick out in a million years.
All right, so it's called Brewer's Release Number 1 by it's a small batch.
It has weird stuff. This is like an army beer. What's that number?
I don't know, but it says quad, so it's quad. It's ale brewed with mission figs.
No.
What? Yeah, raisins.
No.
Dates
no.
and fennel seeds.
This is going to taste like ass. You know, I said that to you, and you said I wouldn't say it on the show. I'm telling you, I totally believe.
So you think this is going to taste like someone's ass?
Someone's ass. No, that depending.
Like anyone in particular?
No, well, that would have a lot to do, because I would say in the whole realm of ass flavors,
yes,
there's probably some asses that are worse flavors than others. And
have you ever had a good flavored ass?
I refuse to answer that.
Good for you.
Okay, so now let's see. What does it say on the back? Brewer's Release is a series of hand-picked beers from our R&D program. I don't know what that means.
I almost poured this into my vodka.
Ooh, that wouldn't be good.
Wouldn't
Inspired
be good.
by our love of beer and unique ingredients, we offer these small batch beers to enjoy and share. And I will tell you, I've had some beers that I thought were going to be horrible, and then I drank it and I really liked it. So, but
okay,
just going by the ingredients and taking a look, it looks like IHOP syrup. It looks like something you put on your pancakes.
But it's not. I mean, no. I mean, color-wise, it does indeed. It looks like maple syrup.
Right.
It doesn't smell anything like that.
Oh, really?
No, and it also doesn't smell like ass. You're gonna get a head all over the place, and it's gonna be gross and disgusting.
I sure hope that it doesn't smell. Look, there's no head on that. This is one of the days I wished we had videotaped so people could see that I had properly poured it, and yet you still critique me.
I only critiqued you, and then you adjusted, and you poured it correctly.
Okay, you're right. It doesn't smell like what the flavor says that it is. It's not. It doesn't smell overly sweet.
No. Okay, but I'm still kind of frightened to
Me too. Did you
it.
try it yet?
No.
I'm doing it now. Here I go.
You're first. You're first, because normally I'm the one who tastes first, and then you go off my face. Not that, I mean...
Go off your face.
You know what I mean? You base your opinion based on my facial expression.
Okay.
And now I'm basing mine on yours.
I am going to say you will like this.
Why?
I'm also going to say it doesn't taste anything like I thought it was going to taste. So there you go.
So maybe I will like it.
You will
Hold on.
like it.
All right,
You'll
I'm
like it.
tasting. Wait, what? That's, Maybe because I just had orange juice?
Probably. That has something to do with it. But it has some interesting flavors. I wasn't expecting them. The whole fig raisin chocolate bar, whatever it was,
There was
threw
no
me
chocolate
off.
bars in there.
I was expecting a much sweeter beer, although it leans toward the
It's
sweet.
Figs, raisins, dates, and fennel seed.
Yeah. So, okay.
Which kind of says, it leads me to believe it's going to be more of an Indian flavor, Indian food flavor, with the dates and the fennel seeds.
Could be. I don't taste any
I don't
fennel.
taste that.
I'm not going to say anymore.
Okay, hush.
I can't say anymore.
We'll tell you what we think of this at the end of the podcast, and then you can go out and get some and tell us if we're wrong.
That's correct. So, how's it going? What's going on over there? How's it been? How's your week? How's your life? How's your... you went on a date.
I did.
Why are you doing your bra thing again? Don't...
You can't see
Why?
what I'm doing. Hush.
I hope this is not going to be a regular thing. And when we start videotaping, you cannot do that.
I'll just do it prior to turning the video on. Okay. All right, done. So,
So rude.
it's not rude. It's comfortable. You want me comfortable. Trust me.
Put on a moo-moo.
A moo-moo.
And take all of your clothes off.
All right.
Put on the moo.
I'm down.
And sit up and do the podcast. If you
Okay.
want to be comfortable,
Right?
That's what you
Moo-moos
should
are the
do.
way to go.
that's what I'm telling you.
However, I don't currently own any.
Me either, but I'm thinking of getting some. I might need some soon.
You might look good in a moo-moo. You never know.
I'm moving in that direction. So you went on a date.
I
You had a
did.
date.
I did.
I did. You wouldn't tell me for sure if you met where you met the person. I don't know if you met the person at work. You wouldn't tell me.
I'm not
the
giving any
gender
details.
or the species of the person. I had to guess. I'm still not totally sure, but I feel like, you know what? It's I can be adult about it. I don't have to know.
You
I
don't have to know.
It's none of my business.
Nothing
I
is your
don't
business.
have to pry. I don't have to ask questions. So I can be an adult about it.
Mm-hmm.
You could share when you want to share.
The only thing I will share is that this person, male or female, was actually quite nice
Good.
to sit and chat with and have brunch with.
Good.
And I'm looking forward to seeing this person again.
Awesome.
So that's all I'm going to say for now. Because I don't want to, say too much.
Did you have sex?
No! I mean, no.
Even a little bit.
Not even a little bit.
Didn't touch anything.
I didn't touch it.
Okay. Just checking. I'm just checking. You said touch it, so that probably means it's a dude.
Why do you say that? I
just-
have an it.
But you wouldn't call it that.
I
don't think
do
you would
call it
no,
that.
I don't think you would say that. Now I think it's a dude.
All right, you can think whatever you want.
I'm thinking it's a dude,
All right.
and I think you touched it.
I did.
All right. Well, we'll find out. I think
No,
there'll be some
you
information
won't
coming
find out,
across the
actually.
line at some point pretty soon.
Let's not rush anything.
All right. Other than that, any good things happened this week? Any anything else happened to you? Nothing. I don't know.
Anything other
What
than
is
the
the
nothing?
alcohol content of this beer?
Well,
Did it
clearly you've
say-
only had 2 drinks, so it can't be that bad.
Alcohol by volume 9.3.
Oh, good.
I feel a little buzz coming on.
Have you eaten yet? Because that's
I might
weird.
have. No, I'm not saying I'm buzzed. I said I feel it coming along. You get that tingle.
That preemptive buzz.
Oh yeah, when you feel a little tingle in your stomach and you kind of start feeling creeping up in your arms and stuff. It's like, oh, that's gonna be good.
You are such a lightweight.
Sometimes.
I mean, you really
And sometimes
are.
I could drink a 6-pack and I don't feel it one bit.
That's because you drink Coors Light.
I haven't had Coors Light in a year and a half.
Good for you. I'm so proud of you.
I know.
I'm really, really proud of you.
I've changed. I'm a new man. So that's it, huh? Nothing else happened to you?
Nothing that I can think of. Are you trying to prompt me for something?
No, just want to
know.
know.
I forget something?
What happened to me?
Oh, you were just waiting to talk.
No,
That's what you were doing.
I have the floor open for what happened to people, and you didn't have anything, so I'm taking it.
Take it. Go with it.
You know how
Run.
they say if you commit a crime, that your digital fingerprints are all over the internet. You cannot get rid of the evidence, the digital evidence. It stays for good.
Digital evidence.
Yeah, like your browser history, your emails, all of that kind of stuff. I'm going to say that's not true in every case. I lost an email, a very important email.
Yes, this is true. You did.
I have been going crazy for 24 hours trying to find this mother freaking thing.
Longer.
And I cannot find it. I have looked in every place in the world.
Every orifice could discover.
That's right. I've gone online into my directories, into my whatchamacallits, the places where everything is stored, all of the stuff. I've looked every folder. Looked. I've done search after search. It doesn't exist.
So let me ask you this.
Anymore.
I'm going to try and assist.
One thing that I'm the kind of person that if I cannot find something, it drives me nuts.
This I know. You will spend 48 hours awake.
It's one of the worst things for me is not being able to find something, which you would think is weird. With my filing system around here,
or lack thereof,
the way I store things, the way I put things away, you would think I would never find anything, but I know where things are.
That's not healthy. That's really, for the amount of crap that you own, for you to know where everything is, you have to keep all that in your mind. This is why you can't remember names, because you've got so much crap stored in your head and the location of that crap. You can't just put everything where it goes. You have to say, oh, it's in the third pile on the floor in my studio. And then next week it'll be in the fourth pile.
Yeah.
And then you try and say, what was your mom's name? And you're like,
Well, the weird thing is, as I get older, that goes away because I'm beginning to find out that stuff that I thought was somewhere is not there anymore. But this is not that, because like last year, this happened in June.
Okay.
And my server, I got switched to a different hosting account or whatever. So they had to like take my entire email and move it, and my entire account, everything, my web pages and everything. So I was offline for like a week while they did this. And then it came back on, and they had screwed it up on our other podcast. I remember yelling about it then, but they had screwed it up. Anyway, everything kind of got found. I knew there was going to be a window of emails that would not be found, that were going to be lost forever. It just so happens this email that I need, it was in that little window of 2 weeks. Of course. I can't find it anywhere. I've looked in places I don't normally. I found some Clinton emails. They were just searching. So that's how deep I've looked, and I still can't find mine.
So let me ask you this. Did you ever print this email out?
That's the question.
Did you ever send this email to someone else?
I think I did both of those, and I can't find the printout, which magnifies my frustration. I don't think that I would have not printed it out. I think I printed it out. I also think I forwarded it to somebody so they could see the information. No one has it. No printout. Boom. That's it. And so I just been going crazy. I'm about to give up. So today I just felt so off balance. I didn't even want to do the podcast because of it. I've just been going a little crazy, but I need to relax. I'm not going to find it. I'm just not going to find it. So it's possible I could get the information from another location or somewhere else, and I'm just going to have to do that. I'm just giving up. I'm going to give up.
Okay, so can I go into a little bit of detail about it, what it's about?
Sure.
Okay, so I know what it's about, and what it is it's a quote that you received.
It's a quote for a product I got from a company.
Now, can you request that company to send you that original quote?
I don't want to go into the information online. It's kind of on the air.
No, we don't have to.
It's kind of complicated. Right now, I cannot.
Okay. Well, shit. That was my...
Someday I might be able to, and if someday I can, then I will.
Okay.
I can't right now for circumstances which I will not reveal.
Okay. It's all secret now.
And it's another reason why it drives me nuts, because I need the information and I can't. There's an easy way to get the information, which would be call the person and say, send it to me, but I can't do that right now. And so I can't get it from that side. So I can only get it from my side, and I'm not getting it from my side. So
because it doesn't exist on your side anymore.
It doesn't. Anyway,
It's all gone.
so that's my week.
So you can't call your email hosting provider and ask
gripey.
them to dig.
No.
Why?
I thought about, well, first of all, that particular email, they set it up.
Right.
And they set it up wrong, and my email would not check. Every time I would check it, it'd give me an error, and it kept doing that for like a week.
Okay.
And I would call them, and they couldn't fix it or whatever. So I just deleted it. I was like, screw it. And I deleted it. I started it new. The new one worked. The old one just got deleted. So that all of that was in the old email. And I tried to copy everything over before I did that. I thought I did, but apparently I didn't copy that.
So you have like an archive file.
I think
of
so.
all of your prior emails.
Most of them, or a lot of them. Yeah. I don't need anything.
But
too
it's
far
not in
back.
there.
Nope. So, I just been irritated. I just want to hit somebody.
You look like you do.
I kind of want to kick somebody.
You've kind of been giving me that look.
I have not.
What are you taking your bra for? I'm gonna punch you in your face.
Anyone would say that.
No, they would not.
Do it at work and see what happens. Do it at work.
I actually,
At
I have
work,
a story to tell you.
Do
I have
it
a story to tell you.
and see if anyone says, because they
No,
will.
No, wait. I have a story to tell you. So a couple weeks ago, maybe a month ago, I was getting ready for work, and I don't know if I was completely awake yet. And I get halfway to work, and suddenly I'm like, something feels really weird.
Uh-oh.
And I touched my chest, and sure as shit, I forgot to put bra on. Now, I don't have small boobs. I don't have small boobs. I don't have huge boobs, but I don't have small boobs. But you could tell. I could tell. And, of course, so I had to go to someone I'm very close to at work and tell them. And what he said to me was, I am just going to laugh about this all day long.
So you were like walking around carrying books up to your...
Yes, looking at my phone.
Crossing your arms
so that I
all
could,
day long.
yes, hold things in.
Acting like you were mad. Crossing your arms like, dang it.
Yeah. It was horrible. It was extremely uncomfortable. I mean, being here and being in your house with no bra on is fine.
Not really.
Being at work is not so much. I
have been out in public and had to stop for a moment and reach down and touch and feel to see if I was wearing something. I was like, I don't remember putting anything on. And when it's, because I wear a kilt, and when it's a kilt, sometimes it feels like you're not wearing anything. I don't know how women wear dresses all the time and not know. I mean, it's like, what if they went out naked? They would think they were wearing a really flowy skirt or dress, because you don't always feel that. You feel like you're naked. You feel like you're nude.
Sometimes. I also do this thing where my washer and dryer is in my garage. So if I throw my pants in the dryer to like get the wrinkles out of them or whatever, I'll do that.
And then forget.
And then I get ready in the house, and then I just, go downstairs, put the pants on before I get in the car to go. Right?
And one day you won't.
One day I won't. And sure enough, every time I get in the car now, I look. I'm like, did I put pants on?
That's what I feel. I have to feel to make sure I'm wearing any kind of clothes on my lower half.
How old am I? That I have to remember.
It gets worse.
To put pants
on. It totally gets worse. Well, you've already forgot your bra. So pants are next.
I totally did.
It's going to happen. Pants are getting next.
Oh, God. If I ever show up at work with no pants on, I will quit. I will scream running from the building.
Okay, so speaking of not wearing pants, I saw this article. Let me see if I can find it.
Okay. This is an actual article. This is not an object like you mentioned earlier when you said article. You're talking about an actual newspaper article.
I'm talking about an actual newspaper article. This is something that I read this week. This is, did you know, they did a study. Actually, Match.com did this study.
I was going to say, who's they? But good,
Match.com did this study. They did a Singles in America report. And what they discovered is the best age for having sex.
Ooh.
So this is the best age, no matter how old you are. This is the best age for having sex. Now, what would you think?
God, tell me it's not before my age
Tell me what you think.
Please, God.
I will say there's two different ages, one for men and one for women. So what would you say is the best age for men? And what would you say would be the best age for women?
I'm going to go off of a little bit of personal experience, and I'm going to say, and you're talking about sex with another partner, right? Not just by yourself.
Well, I don't know how you do it, but
Okay, so
I think sex is sex. So if you're doing it by yourself, probably same as with someone else.
okay, so sex with a partner for a man, I'm going to say is probably somewhere in the vicinity of between 19 and 23.
Okay.
Okay. And for a woman, I'm going to say is probably somewhere in the vicinity of 30 to 37.
Okay.
How'd I do?
This is going to be interesting to you then. On the average, single women reported having their best sex at the age of 66.
Holy shit, I got something to look forward to.
For single men,
Yeah.
64.
You joking?
64.
Are you kidding?
At 64, I want to be taking a nap, not having sex. I
good
hope
long
my sex will be over at 64. I'm not sure I'm going to even want to move.
Rick, that's only 5 years from now.
No, that's 10 years. Screw you. That's 10 years from now. Excuse me. But I will tell you right now, it's pretty close. I mean,
No, that's 10 years. Damn it.
it's just like there's a reason why Netflix and sex sound so much alike. It's just like sex or Netflix, and kind of leaning toward the Netflix tonight. Well, there you go. I mean, it gives us all something to look forward to, except unless you're 70s and then give up.
Sorry.
But who thought 66?
That's actually really exciting.
And for me, I have some doubts. I think I might be able to say I understand that the women would be having their best sex at 66. I just don't know how men would be. Although I don't.
I think it's the inventive Viagra.
I'm
to be
probably
honest with
having
you.
the best sex I ever had at my age, and I'm mid 50s.
That's true.
So I don't have any complaints.
Well, I think as you get older, clearly as you get older, it's easier to tell your partner what you want in bed and what makes you feel good.
With farm noises, which is how I do it. That's the method that I use.
Okay, I'm gonna get a little personal here. I'm gonna get a little personal. Do you moo or do you oink?
It depends on the night, and it depends on what she's wearing. I mean, yeah.
So anyways, moving on.
Moving on. That's bad.
No means no.
Well, I thought that was kind of cool, and gives us all something a little, not all, but most of us something to look forward to.
Yeah.
66, 64.
Yeah.
You know, getting it on at the nursing home. Sure, why not?
Wow. So all I got to do is find a guy who's 2 years younger than me. And we'll have the perfect sex in our 60s.
When you're in your 60s.
In our 60s,
sure.
of course.
There you go.
Wow.
That's how it works.
I like it.
Me too.
Okay.
And if you are in your 60s having sex and you're enjoying it and you want to keep going,
It's just going to go downhill from now.
I don't know. I found something else out.
Oh, what else did you find? You're just a wealth of knowledge.
I'm
today.
a wealth of anything. This came out this week.
What came out this week?
You probably saw it on the internets.
Doubtful.
The key to living past the age of 90.
I don't know that I want to.
I totally do.
Okay.
I never want to die. The key, and this might surprise you, is which would you think? Well, first of all, what do you think is the number one thing that will help you live past 90?
Alcohol.
What would you think would be the second thing? It is that. It is booze. It is alcohol. They say that alcohol, more than exercise,
Yep.
will help you live. But see, that's not much of a surprise because every time you see somebody who's 120 and they're like, how did you do it? They're like, well, I drink scotch every day and have a cigar.
Smoke a pack of cigarettes.
Yeah, it's always those guys.
Yeah.
Of course, everybody else is dead. They're the only ones left. But
Well, here's what happens. Grandma goes into a home, and then people stop bringing her booze, and then guess what? She dies.
she dies because she doesn't have her booze.
Right. Don't ever do that shit to me.
No.
If I go into a home, I better
Booze
be
you up.
stocked with some alcohol.
Researchers discovered that subjects who drank about 2 glasses of beer or wine a day were 18% which is not a lot, less likely to experience a premature death than those who abstain from alcohol.
Did they say anything about those who drink 2 bottles of wine a day?
They don't know whether they're alive or dead.
Oh, okay.
Is probably that. In contrast to couch potatoes, participants who exercise 15 to 45 minutes a day, they cut the same risk by 11%. So 18 versus 11. 18 with the booze, 11 by exercise.
Now, I'm still
saying booze it up.
I agree, but I'm going to still go ahead and assume that these people are of average weight.
I suppose.
Because that's got to have a huge,
Oh,
influence.
here we go. Other factors were found to boost longevity, including weight. Participants who are slightly overweight but not obese cut their odds of an early death by 3%.
That's not a whole lot.
Compared to subjects who were normal or underweight. So even if you're overweight, you can cut your death by 3%. I wonder if you could cut it by more if you drink more.
I'm what you consider. They being the medical profession. I'm considered obese.
You're what the internet calls a fat ass.
A fat ass. A big ass fat ass. And I'll tell you, we had a holiday party at work recently, and a friend of mine
ate all the treats.
Most of them.
Ooh.
But a friend of mine, I wouldn't even call him a friend, coworker, young guy, young guy, was pre-gaming before he got to the party.
Not having good sex of his life.
Not yet.
Too
Not
young.
even close,
Close to
clearly.
60s.
So he came over and literally grabbed me around the waist and picked me up.
Hello.
Yeah. I'm like, well, hi. How are you?
What did he have? Has he been indulging?
I said he was pre-gaming. So, yeah, he was definitely.
I thought that meant something else.
No.
I have no idea.
He'd been drinking prior. Okay, that's
Okay.
what I meant. So he gets there and he picks me up, and I'm like, you have to put me down. Do you realize how much I weigh right now? I weigh 230 pounds.
That's more than me. Did you just put that out on the internet?
I did.
I mean, on the in the broadcasting, in the
things,
open
all the places.
podcasting.
Yes, 230 pounds. I am not proud of that, but I still think I look pretty good for weighing 230 pounds.
I wouldn't say. I don't think you look like that. I weigh. That is right now. That's 8 pounds less than what I weigh.
I haven't actually weighed myself in a minute, but I'm going to do it after the podcast. And if it is different, if I weigh less or if I weigh more, I will put that out when we release this.
Well, I just want to say that in your hand right now, you have a bottle of beer and an alcohol, a vodka and orange juice. That might have something to do with it. I don't know.
Shut up.
It might. I'm just saying. Well, here's something else interesting. Subjects who kept busy with a daily hobby 2 hours a day were 21% less likely to die early. So have a hobby too. Hobby even more so than alcohol. What if alcohol is your hobby?
And what if sex is your hobby?
Hello. While those who drank 2 cups of coffee a day cut their risk by 10% compared to non-coffee. And I drink
You drink an ass load of coffee.
I drink 2 cups of coffee before I'm out of bed. I
This
have
is
it
true.
pumped into the bed. So there you go. Coffee and booze will help you to live long enough to have great sex. That's what that means.
That's awesome.
I think.
I mean, I'm halfway there.
How many 90-year-olds do you think a lot of 90-year-olds get it on? Do you think a lot of 90-year-olds have sex? I can't imagine when a
No.
90-year-old even wanting to have sex. But maybe.
I don't
Maybe
know.
when I get there I will. I don't know. But
I
who would
can't
want to?
imagine that a whole lot of 90-year-olds. Okay, first of all, let me put it this way: 90-year-olds. How many 90-year-olds do you know that still have a partner?
I don't know. I don't know the answer to that.
The unfortunate thing is that a lot of the people that are 90 nowadays obviously grew up in a time where after you're divorced, you're done. So, or after your partner dies, you're done. So those people are probably not out partying it up and looking for sex partners.
Who is the oldest person that you know that you would do? I mean, you don't have to know them personally, although it could be.
Oh, okay. Not
It is,
personally.
that you know of. The
That I know
oldest.
of.
What is the oldest that you would do?
Like,
Not your grandparents. Somebody that's old enough that
I'm
you've...
going to have nightmares now.
Somebody that you have seen, that you're aware of. What's your limit? Who's the oldest person?
So you want me to name someone, or you just want me
Yes.
to give you their age?
I want you to tell me who it is.
Shit.
Because they don't listen to podcasts. You know that's true. They don't.
Wait, is he dead? I'm
Don't
trying
have
to-
sex with dead people. You can't include the dead on your list.
I was going to say Peter O'Toole.
He's dead for like 2 or 3 years. Yeah.
Okay.
So you got to go with somebody else. The oldest person. Now, the oldest person could be 50. So I don't know what your age limit is.
I don't really have one.
You know,
I'm not an ageist. I'm not into the whole.
Okay, then you should know someone. You should know someone who you would have sex with. The oldest person.
I'm trying to think which one's the oldest because they're
Like Robert Redford. He's in his 80s.
I don't.
What about Paul Newman in his 80s?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would have done Paul.
I mean, who wouldn't, right?
I think for me, when I'm thinking about it right now, I would say, and I hesitate to say this out loud because if she hears it, I'm getting a call. I know.
Yeah.
Rita Moreno.
Do it.
That's who I think.
Yes.
Man, she's sexy even at her age, and she's in her 80s. I'm pretty sure.
Who's the woman? Is she dead? The woman from The Birds.
Tippi Hedren?
No, the other one.
Oh, she died. Yes,
Oh.
but she died in her 60s. Suzanne Plachette. Oh yeah, she was mine. But yeah, I think she died in her 60s. But she was up until the end. She was
Good God, that woman is gorgeous.
Well, there's a lot of really attractive older people. I think younger people are overrated. Anybody would have sex with a younger person. It takes a special person to have sex with me, an older person. Have you had that moment in your life where you are at the mall or at a restaurant or somewhere and all of a sudden you find yourself checking out the ass of someone and you're like, damn, right? And then you turn around and that person could be, 12, Oh, no.
high school age.
I don't know if I said this on the show, but I was I was having breakfast
Right.
at a little cafe.
Right.
And I'm sitting at a table and I'm looking up and there's just a really nice looking ass right there in front of me.
I mean, it's right there. You're sitting. You're at ass level.
And I realize it's a dude. And just in my head, I'm just thinking that I bet you that guy gets laid a lot. He's got a nice looking ass. And then I was like, wait, what am I doing? Checking out another dude's ass. And I'm not only that, but I'm like, yeah, that's a hot ass right there. I bet he gets laid a lot.
No.
What is that?
Well,
what is going on with me?
Isn't that the same thing as saying, damn, I bet he works out, right?
Maybe, but I just, you're looking at the ass when you say that.
But you weren't thinking, I would like to have sex with that ass.
I went back with my wife and I was like, that's the dude with the hot ass. And she's like, oh yeah, he's got a nice ass. So I'm like showing other people this guy's ass. He's like, I think I've gone over the limit now.
Well, when you and I were dating, we would go out and I would point out women that I thought were extremely physically attractive. And it started to bother you a little bit.
No, it didn't. Never did.
Are you sure?
I never got bothered by that.
Okay.
I mean, if you were like, I'd really like to have her over you. Okay, that might have bothered me.
That might bother me. Yeah.
But to show what you think is attractive, I don't mind that at all.
Okay.
I mean, there's a difference in going, now that's a very attractive guy right there.
Right.
And I'd be like, oh, yeah. And then going, man, I'd do that right there. Oh, baby. Going, because I was in a relationship where that happened.
So she was just like, hey,
like,
how about you go home? I'm going to do that.
That's pretty much what it was. I was like, could you calm down there?
Just for a second?
Yeah. I'm the person that you're with. I'm right here. Remember?
This is kind of supposed to be monogamous.
Yeah.
Let's work on that. Yeah.
If anything, I think one of the things I think that the function of this podcast is.
Oh, God. I don't even want to know.
I'm going to move into some controversy here. I know I'm going to piss some people off. I'm going to say some things right now that people are not going to like. I don't care. I feel like one of the things about this podcast is to poke holes in things that people don't think about because we're both kind of thinkers. And I feel like that we should talk about things maybe that people don't always think about.
I'm not a thinker. I'm a feeler.
You're a thinker.
I'm a feeler.
You're a feeler. So I was watching a video on YouTube. I'm watching a video, and it's a video about chakra alignment. And the woman is talking about lining chakras and stuff. And I have heard about chakras since I was a 20. Sure. I've studied spirituality my entire life. I know a decent amount about chakras, the concept of chakras. I've had friends who believe in them. I've had people who tell me about them and just all kinds of stuff.
Okay.
And so I'm watching this video, and she's talking about all the different chakras and how to align them. And I just started, I don't know, it just hit me. I was like, really?
Really?
First of all, are you a chakra believer? Do you believe in chakras? You know what chakras are?
Yes.
I actually printed out over there, and I forgot. Can you grab that off the printer?
Oh, really? I have to get up?
You're closer.
What the?
So I printed it off because I was thinking about it, and I was just like, a lot of people, there might be some people out here who don't even know what chakras are. And
Everybody knows what chakras are.
I wouldn't say everybody knows.
There you go.
Some people know, some people don't. So, and I'm not going to read the whole thing, but I'm going to read a little bit about chakras. So chakras, it's any center of subtle body. Now, this comes from Wikipedia. Any center of subtle body believed to be psychic energy centers in the esoteric traditions of Indian religions. The concept is found particularly in the tantric traditions of Hinduism, Buddhism, and Jainism. They are conceived as the energy focal point, bodily functions, or psychic node in the subtle body. They keep saying the subtle body. I've never seen a subtle body. The chakra theories are an elaborate part of the Kundalini system. These theories differ between the Indian religions, with esoteric Buddhism literature mentioning 4 chakras, while esoteric Hindus state 7 chakras.
7.
They're believed to be part of the subtle body, not the physical body, and connected by energy channels called the nadi. Nadi.
You're naughty.
In the Kundalini version of yoga, breath exercises focus in part on mastering and channeling energy through chakras. You can pay people to balance your chakras. You go in and they balance your chakras for you.
Well, no, they help you balance your own.
We will start with saying there are 7 chakras throughout your body.
Okay.
They are, do you know what they are?
I do. You have the
root chakra.
I will read them.
You got them? You're reading too?
Yes.
Okay, go. 7. Tell us what they are.
The root chakra.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which is located at the base of your spine, correct?
That's correct. And it is basically your root of, it's your basic trust.
Yes.
That's what it handles.
Your butt chakra. That's what I call it.
It's not your butt chakra. There's also the sacral chakra.
Yeah, chakra.
Which is based in sexuality and creativity. There's the solar plexus chakra, which is wisdom and power. There's the heart chakra, which is obviously love and healing. There is the throat chakra, which is also obviously communication. The third eye chakra, which is, again, obvious awareness. And the crown chakra, which is actually not part of it's not in your physical body. Okay,
it's in your subtle body,
and it stands for spirituality. Now,
hey baby, you got a hot subtle body right there.
Okay, ultimately the subtle body, I think, is what they're talking about, is the aura around you.
Okay,
it's all okay, think of it as your own personal bubble.
Oh, I know what an aura is.
Okay.
I used to think that I saw them. I was convinced that I could see auras in people.
When was this?
Most of my life, when I was a kid, up until college, even.
And then what happened? When did you decide that's not an aura? That's the stench coming off that person? What?
No, it's kind of okay. So if you stare at that light for a minute and then you close your eyes, you can see an image of the light in your eyes.
Correct.
So that's what I was seeing. It's like you look at somebody for a long period of time. Like I would notice it when I was at church and I was staring at the pastor, and I would just stare. And eventually I would start seeing this glow around the pastor. But it was just the after image of staring at him.
You were a devout Baptist Christian at the time, and you were looking at auras?
I've always been a thinker. I'm not a label person. I went to a Baptist church. I was a Baptist. But I mean, I was, you see what you see. So I was just like, okay. I mean, I might not have known it was an aura until I got older, but that's what I at least thought it was. Now, I know people who will talk about it in ways that, it's got little tiny jagged edges coming out, and that's purple, and then you're green, and then you got this glow over here, and it get a little intricate, but I've never seen any of that kind of stuff.
Okay.
I have also never seen a freaking chakra.
Okay.
So here's what my gripe is about chakras. This has been going on since before Christ, since before the big guy.
A lot happened before Christ.
I'm just saying that the concept of chakras, it's not something that was started in the 60s.
No.
It's been going on since the beginning of time, essentially. This belief in chakras, I have heard it my whole life. I watched a video of somebody balancing the chakras, and I just thought, what the, why do they believe this? No one that I know, even people who believe it, has actually seen the chakras. You've not seen a chakra, have you?
No.
If you go to surgery and they cut you open,
There's no physical.
they're not going to find a chakra.
Once again, subtle body, physical body.
Okay. How do you know?
I don't.
You don't. Someone told someone else.
Yep.
And that person believed it.
Yep.
But there's no thing that you can look at to go, oh, well, right there it is.
Right.
It's just, someone told me.
Right.
And then you don't see it. You
Nope.
can't see it. So you're not believing it because someone told you and then you found it. You're believing it because someone told you and then you said, oh, okay, I'm going to believe that.
Yeah.
I will never be able to prove it. I will never be able to see it. I will never be able to feel it. I am just going to believe it.
So you said you were going to offend people? I'm about to offend people.
Okay?
It's like God.
Okay?
It's the exact same thing.
Mm-hmm.
I've never seen God.
Right.
I don't know what God looks like.
Right.
Does God even have a look? Does
Okay.
he have a physical body? Does
Okay.
he have a subtle body? Is it a he? I hope not.
Do you
Let's
believe
just
in
throw
God?
that-
Let me
no.
ask straight up.
No.
But you freaking believe in chakras.
I didn't say that.
You-
You never said, do you believe in chakras? And never did I say yes. We can go back and listen. No.
You said it before we did the show.
I did not.
You did.
I didn't.
You hinted that you did.
I never implied, hinted, insinuated.
You said you were going to defend chakras.
I
That
said-
means you believe them.
Okay, what is my biggest trait and what is the thing that you always point out about me?
You're full of bullshit.
Well,
Oh, it's a different one?
That
Sorry,
I-
You take your bra? I don't know.
that I play devil's advocate.
Okay. Yeah.
Tell me I'm wrong.
No, you do that.
Okay.
You do that.
Okay.
To a fault.
Fuck you. I do not.
You do.
I just like to question people.
You like to screw with people, too.
Well, a little bit of a troll, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Well, I wouldn't call it troll. It's just that you like to needle at people. Sure. Okay.
Needle.
Okay.
Is that really what you think I do? You think I pester?
Yeah.
I
You
needle?
yeah. You like to just watch people squirm. I
No,
feel like you
I like people to explain things to me.
do. Okay.
So I ask questions.
Okay.
I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
Well, here's okay. So maybe you do, maybe you don't. I don't know.
All right.
I'm just saying. So if you don't, you're on my side. I'm just saying. I don't have a problem with the idea of chakras, really. I mean, in anything that anyone believes. I know a full-grown person who believed in fairies. Actually believed in fairies.
It wasn't.
I'm
me.
not.
It wasn't me. Just for the record.
No,
not me.
I'm not necessarily judging the person. I'm just saying there are people who believe in dragons, demons, and angels, and deities, and Greek gods, and Muslim gods, and Christian gods, and there all kinds of magic, and devils, and things that no one has ever seen.
Or proven.
No one.
Or proven.
But
And I will throw my favorite thing out there if you will let me, unless you had a point to make.
I was going to say this and then throw your thing out there.
Okay.
What gets me is seemingly normal, regular, intelligent people who would just totally poo-poo someone
Poo-poo?
who believed in having bad luck if a cat crosses in front of them,
God. Yeah.
or who won't go under a ladder or something. They'll be just like, oh, I'm not that. I don't believe in that, but I do believe in chakras. And it's like, why? There's just no good reason. It's never been seen. And then when you look at this, the two major groups who believe in them, let's say Buddhism and Hinduism, they can't even agree on how many there are.
Nope.
Buddhists say 4, Hindus say
7.
7. So 3 are missing somewhere. How do they know? Does someone go, wait a minute, I was checking and I'm missing 3 chakras here. There's only 4.
It's only 4.
That never happened. So it just means somewhere in the tradition of people telling other people what exists,
Right.
someone screwed something up.
Someone
Or
wrote a 3.
They changed it.
And it looked like a 7.
It's like, I don't believe in the root chakra. I'm not even going to tell people that.
I don't want to talk about my butt chakra.
So, okay. So that's my thing. I want to know how, since before Christ.
I don't know why that's a big deal to you. Before Christ.
I'm just
Do
saying.
you know how much happened before Christ?
I know, but I'm just saying.
Okay.
This thing has survived since before Christ with zero evidence of anything. No one has ever seen it. No one's felt it. No one's found it. No one's has any evidence that it exists. And yet, millions of people think that your body has chakras.
Correct.
There you go.
I was anticlimax.
Somebody can, no, we're going to get the letters now. I know.
So can I throw my thing out there now?
Throw your things, baby.
My favorite thing to throw out there that you hate, that you despise with every ounce of your being.
I don't know. What?
I'm going to throw it out there.
What?
Anything's possible.
That's not true.
It is true.
If it's true, then nothing is impossible.
That's correct.
Then you have contradictory and you implode. Your logic doesn't make any sense. Just saying stuff. You can get into mental gymnastics. You can get into word logic, but it doesn't actually mean anything on a real basis. So to say something that you're automatically contradicting yourself, then you've excluded yourself from the argument.
Well, shit. All right, so let's move on then, because now I'm no longer in the argument.
No, I'm just saying. What I want to know is, so okay, there's a lot of people who say that Jesus never existed. There's no Jesus, no God, no anything.
None of it.
There's a lot of people who believe that.
Okay.
There are certain amount of evidence, or is certain amount of evidence that exists that one could turn to look at the fact that Jesus might have lived as a person. Whether he did every single thing that says in the Bible, no one knows, because the Bible is the only testament to that. Mm-hmm. But there's outside evidences, as sketchy as they may be, who point to a person of Jesus and point to certain things that this person did that kind of corroborate what the Bible says.
Right.
Very few things, but still they do.
Sure.
What do we have that makes us believe that there are chakras in our body?
I don't know.
That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Well, don't ask me.
How the
hell should I know? I'm not Hindu.
How do intelligent people... You don't have to be... The video I saw is American. I know so many Americans who believe this.
Well, maybe they've studied the ancient religions of Hinduism and Buddhism.
So they believe
maybe they have other things that they can point to that I don't.
They read it in a book. Someone told them.
Exactly. Just like we did about...
That's all I'm trying to get to the bottom of right there.
You're trying to get to the root chakra of it.
Trying to get to the root of the matter. That this only survives as just something that someone believes and passes along. I'm just trying to find some evidence that this actually exists, because of all of the things in religion that I have studied and have encountered and have thought about, this is one of those things it's like someone saying that there's a different animal in your body. Like 7 animals. You've got a rhinoceros in your head. You've got a rabbit in your bowels.
I don't want a rabbit in my bowels.
You have a turtle in your heart. And you can't prove it, but someone says it, and they say it because someone told them that, and it goes on and on and on and on and on. And an intelligent person will sit there and try to tell you that this exists. I don't know how that happens.
Okay. So here's what I say. I say the few listeners that we do have, I think that some of those folks should go ahead and send us anything that they believe points to the absolute proof or even is evidence of a possibility.
Yeah, I'll go with a hint on it.
Sure.
I just never even seen anything that's a hint. It's a concept. It's a wonderful concept. It makes total sense. But even astrology, which I'm not a big believer in astrology.
Right.
But you can go, well, the Virgo is blah, blah, blah. And you go, wow, I know a lot of Virgos and they're exactly like that.
Right.
So like I knew a dude who could talk to you for just, 2 or 3 minutes. And he can go, you're a Cancer. He could tell your astrology sign just by talking to you. He would know what you are. He would do it and it wouldn't fail. He would know who you are. So
that's impossible.
I tend to agree with that, but it happened. I'm just saying he was onto something. You could just say it's coincidence, but that's a big coincidence. So can when you were born affect your personality traits? I don't know. The alignment of the stars, which the dumb thing is the stars never align. The sun doesn't align. The sun is where it is. The earth turns and it looks like an alignment. So the stars are not aligning. The earth is turning. How can that have anything to do with everybody in the world being born since the history of time, and you can classify them into 12 different.
And did the astrological zodiac...
You said ass.
You said ass. Did it exist before people knew what those big bright things in the sky were?
It's been going on since before Christ.
Oh my God, I want to punch you in your
Well,
face.
you know, the wise men that followed Jesus were into
Following
astrology.
a star. They were following a star.
They were, I don't know if they were astronomers or astrologers. I think the Bible says they were astrologers.
I thought it said they were astronomers.
I don't know which. I'm not good at translating.
You read the Bible. I've read the Bible.
I have too, but it depends on which translation. I thought it was astrologers. They were following the star, which, astronomy. Did they even have astronomy back then? I don't know.
Well, they didn't know what those things in the sky were.
Well, that's why they were astrology. I mean, they were like creating stories. I mean, everybody was very superstitious back then.
Right.
So,
Right. Bummer.
one of the wise men carried a rabbit's foot. I have that on good
In his bowels?
information. And he had a rabbit in his bowels. That's right.
Or was it a gerbil?
So I don't know. It's not that I care. I really don't.
I know.
It bugs me that smart people think dumb things. I know I think dumb things
every day.
Through the course of my life, I have thought many dumb things and probably still do. I have a creed at this point, which is to try not to believe anything that I can't have some sort of evidence for. It just doesn't make sense. It's like an afterlife. You cannot ever prove that. Ever. There's no possible way. If there was a way, you could get in some machine and cross over and then come back. Okay. Then believe something.
Okay.
But because you cannot ever prove it, why believe something that cannot ever be proven? In no way. I just don't know why you need to take a stance on something.
And
I
feel
feel like,
so strongly about it.
I just feel like if you're going to take a stance on something, it's like, okay, I'm going to believe this. Now let's go see if that can be proven true. Okay, I get that. But it's like, I'm going to believe this. It can never be proven true. So why even believe something? Why not just go, I don't know?
I don't know.
Because no one will ever know.
How hard is it to say I don't know?
You can possibly prove that the Loch Ness Monster exists or Bigfoot. It can possibly be proven.
That's true.
It may never be proven, but it could potentially, someone could find something. So to believe whether it exists or not makes a little more sense than if you're going to, believe in some invisible something that just cannot possibly ever be proven. This is like, why even take a stance on it? I mean, I guess those people are saying, well, one day it will be proven true because I will die and I will prove it to be true.
To yourself? I mean, who are you proving it to?
Well, even that
point?
statement is ridiculous because that can't be proven. I mean, this is like...
You can't prove that that's going to happen.
It's like I saw so many... Because Billy Graham died this week, and I saw so many people like, what is Billy Graham doing right now? He's probably... And it's like, I was like, oh...
Nothing.
Nothing.
He's dead.
He's going, crap. Dang it.
Not even that.
No.
He's dead.
It's just nothing.
Nothing.
So... But, okay, I can't prove that, but you can't prove it either, so why believe either one?
Right.
It's like, oh, well, it brings me comfort. Okay, so admit that. You only believe it because it brings you comfort. You don't know anything else about it. You don't even know if it's true.
There's no proof.
No.
You're simply choosing to have faith in something because it gives you comfort.
And don't come and try to balance my chakras.
And don't touch
I
my
like them the way they are. I want them screwed up just like they are.
Now, let me ask you this, though.
Mm-hmm.
Evidenciary-based beliefs. I have certain beliefs about myself.
Okay.
Based on evidence from past experience.
But you don't have small boobs?
There's that. But there's also, I know how I have been in the past in certain situations with certain people.
Right.
Okay. So can I say that I am that way with people all the time?
No. You can say it, but when you do, you lock yourself into something that's going to prevent you from growing or changing.
Right.
You're just locked into a mental concept, which
but
has no
evidence.
existence.
There's evidence. There's past proof that I have been that way in the past in those relationships.
You used to shit in your pants.
As a toddler?
That's what I'm saying. That's not evidence that you're going to do it now. Now, when you're in your 90s,
well, I'm having really
the
good
best sex of your life, you might.
Oh, wow.
But no, I just think that you cannot judge your future or your present by what you did in the past. There may be personality patterns in your life that are prevalent and it's a challenge to overcome. But that doesn't mean that that's who you are all the time, unless you constantly believe it.
But that means that's who I have been.
If you poop in your pants,
when
you're
are
4,
we pooping in our pants?
when you're 4,
yes,
and you just go, well, this is what you do in pants. You just this is what pants are for, and you keep doing it, and you do it when you're 10, and you do it when you're 14, and you do it when you're 40, because you believe that's what pants are for. You will never escape from that. And it's because you've continually told yourself that that's what you're supposed to do.
No, that's just my past evidence of what I have done.
You have a pattern of behavior. It could be a learned pattern of behavior.
It doesn't mean that I think that's what I'm supposed to do. It just means that that's my experience thus far.
Exactly. And that's all you have to say. So far, when I get in crowds, I get scared. So far, when I've done that, I've had so many of those moments of so far that I've done. I'm like, well, that didn't bother me at all. I didn't have the same fear. I didn't have the same panic. I didn't have the same feeling. Mm-hmm. So you could say up until now, that's kind of the way I've reacted, but that doesn't mean that's how you're going to react anymore.
Right.
Unless you say that that's what it is. Because just saying that could prevent anything. Like you could have been on a plane and been really scared.
Right. Every time I've been on a plane.
And go, I can't fly. Because that's what I do.
Right.
I can't fly. Because I was really scared. I did fly. I've flown before. I was scared. So now I can't fly. I tell people I can't fly.
Because I'm scared.
What the hell? I can fly.
You never ever admitted to me you didn't fly because you were scared. You admitted to me you didn't fly because you didn't like to be out of control.
That is it. It's not, but that in itself is a fear. It's being in a situation I have no control over, being in a scary situation, which is a gazillion miles in the sky.
It's not that far.
And you don't, there's nothing you can do about it. Mm-hmm. And I just don't like that feeling. Mm-hmm. And that's what most fears boil down to anyway, is I don't like that feeling.
Right.
I don't like the feeling of a dog barking at me and being angry, so I'm afraid of dogs.
Right.
But I don't even know why we got into this situation. But no, okay.
Okay.
I just say
I was just saying that's an evidentiary based opinion.
Not necessarily. If it is a car, well, okay. If it's a car, and you go, every time I take this car over 2 miles, it blows up.
Right.
It overheats and dies.
Right.
Okay. That makes a little more sense. Cars, as mechanics and machinery, don't change. They don't grow. They don't evolve. They do
change.
They get worse.
Right.
They break down.
So if I say every time I've been at a music event, it freaks me out.
Yes.
What's the likelihood that it's going to not freak me out next time?
I'm not saying it won't. I'm just saying if you say this is who I am and this is what I do, you immediately lock yourself out of changing. And that's up to you if you want to do that. But I'm just saying you immediately lock yourself out of it. You don't know if the next time is even better. You might go, wow. And like I said, I've had those experiences where I would say, because I don't like parties.
No.
I don't like crowds.
No.
I don't like party type crowds. I like big, giant gatherings, but I don't like little, small, intimate gatherings. However, I've been to a few that were fantastic. I've been to places where I've, gone with 4 or 5 friends and enjoyed it. So if I just say all the time, which sometimes I do, I can't do that. I don't like doing that. Then I will prevent myself from a new experience of doing something that I think I can't do. And that's okay if you want to do that. But I'm just saying, don't blame it on you. Blame it on you talking yourself into a you that might not even be.
So let's say that
I can't be in relationships because I always screw them up.
Shut up.
You haven't screwed up your future relationships.
Why'd you have to get all personal?
Because you went on this date and I want to know what happened.
Jesus
Did you
Christ.
touch it? Really? No, seriously.
Listen, the point I was trying to make by saying all that is that to a person who believes that they can either feel and or align their chakras, they have personal evidentiary proof.
Oh, I don't believe that.
To themselves.
They have personal belief, and I think go for it. Totally fine. Have no problem with that.
Okay.
If you want to tell me you believe something, oh, sure. Go for it.
Okay.
But you have to, in the end, admit there's no evidence for that belief. No scientist has cut anybody up and found a chakra. No one has ever seen a chakra. In fact, and this is my problem with God in general.
All right.
Is
Wow.
everyone who represents or say they represent God has a different opinion of who he is. So you got,
And why is it always a he?
not
Actually,
everybody.
it's not
That's what I'm
always a
saying.
he.
Some people will say it is. By gosh, it's a he. There's no chance that it's a female. And other people will be like, no, there's only a female God.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's like everything in between. And then you got the different religions who have their different gods.
Many,
and their
many gods. Many, many gods.
And just like the people who claim to know him, I mean, you could go to 5, 6, 7 people who know me, and they'll be like, oh, that guy's an asshole. And then they'll be like, well, he's an asshole, but he's a nice asshole. So it's like,
And then there's
and
me.
then there's somebody
who
else
says,
who's like,
"Nope."
I don't even think he's that. He's this. So, you're going to get a lot of different opinions, but there's going to be a certain amount of agreement on the people who know me. But these are the people who say they know God, and it's like nobody can agree. I mean, you might go to a church where there's a general agreement, and then they call that a denomination. But I just feel like
What they know is what they want God to be.
in a lot of ways, it's
That's what they know.
It's what they need him to be, and I have no problem with it. Again, people's spiritual journey, that's their own. I don't gripe with it. I did mine for a long, long time. But I'm just saying, in the end, if you're just like, oh, okay, I don't know this, I don't know any of this stuff, but I'm going to teach it to you.
That's a little different.
I'm going to teach you how to balance chakras. I've never seen a chakra. I don't know what a chakra is. And almost everybody that I've ever talked to, when they're telling you about chakras, if you keep talking to them, they'll almost always go, well, I'm still learning. I'm still learning. I don't know all of this stuff exactly. I don't know exactly all of this stuff, but I can tell you this. So it's like they don't even know what they're talking about half the time.
Well, most people that teach you about God don't either.
Well, anyway, I'm totally fine with people sending us letters. In fact, I would like that.
I would too.
I would like a little bit of evidence that there's a something about chakras. I don't even know. I know the body has energy. Why do we need to say that there's 7 different energies? What if it's just one energy? I don't even know that we need 7 energies.
That's just too much to keep up with.
I don't have the time for 7 energies. Can I just have one?
Can I just have one
that wears different hats,
that
maybe?
I can nurture on occasion and or ignore?
All right. Oh, I almost built something. You know what we have?
What?
We got some letters this week. We need to
Good.
read some letters because we're going to get a lot for this week's
I
show.
think so, actually.
Let me see if I can get my bearings here.
Can I read one of them? Because I haven't done a lot of talking. I've just been sitting here going, yeah, yeah.
That's your job. Well,
Fuck you.
There's only 2 and they're from the same person, so I was going to read them at the same time.
Oh.
Sorry. We've had some encouragement. We've had some people. Oh, that was the other thing. We did get some people who actually rated the
No.
podcast. Yeah, which is cool. I was
Did
gonna
they
read
rate
some
it
of
well?
Yes, they did.
Okay, good.
5 stars. Okay, so hey, Rick and Sherry, love the show. I look forward to every Monday. Cool.
Nice.
We make
I
Mondays
like to hear that.
better. I learned some things during the Mardi Gras episode that, being from Louisiana, I should have known.
Like, throw me something, mister?
Yeah, and great pronunciation on the "Let the Good Times Roll" thing, which now I
Good
can't
for
even remember how to
you.
say it. I have an epic disaster myself, but I'm not quite ready to type it out. Maybe soon I can tell it.
Come on.
Isn't that cool?
And that's something to look forward to, but I want it now.
Here's something that I'll tell the people. Okay. Tell our friends out there. If you go to our website, go to the section that says Contact Us. There is a place where you can send us completely anonymous email. It will not come back with your email. It goes through a different website, and you can send us stuff completely anonymous. There's no way we can possibly know who sent it. Unless, I guess, you identify yourself, but don't.
That's kind of frightening.
Maybe.
Do you know why it's frightening? Because
Well, people
I
can
just
make
suddenly
shit up.
started thinking about people who would send us stuff that I've known in the past or even currently who would be like, yeah, so I did this with this person. And they'd be talking about me.
It
and I'd
could
be.
be.
Like,
Then
I
you
don't
know.
what's happening.
And we could get like a letter from Jesus, and he could be like, chakras are real. I just want you to know.
I don't have any like bibliography on the subject here, but yeah.
But that was from James. But he sent another one this week. He said, listen to the podcast, and it reminded me of a guy years ago who would stand in the parking lot. We did a thing about beggars last
Yes.
week.
Panhandlers.
Panhandlers, sorry.
Jesus.
He would stand in the parking lot of a small shopping center near where I live. He had a sign that read, "Will work for food." A friend of mine went and bought him a meal from McDonald's, gave it to him. The guy got mad and threw it back at him and said he didn't want that. He wanted money.
What does he eat? Money only?
I don't know. You know what? I had
see that?
I had that same experience. There was where I was living. There was a beggar in the parking lot, and we went and bought him a meal and took it to him.
Right.
And he looked through it like, ugh, and he's like, ugh, and just made noise, and he wouldn't eat it. He was like, oh, I don't eat that.
Whoa. Okay.
It's a beggar on a diet.
Isn't that where that phrase "beggars can't be choosers"
Something like that.
comes from?
But not today's beggars, not today's panhandlers.
Thank you, Jamie, for writing in. We
They
appreciate
want
you.
to handle only golden pans. Well, I do believe that we should possibly wrap it up.
I had 5 things to talk about today.
Did you have?
Right?
We had all of that stuff.
Right?
Oh no, I totally forgot about it. We should have written it down. Should we keep going?
Why didn't you write it
We
down?
can keep going and do a long episode.
I don't know. Should we do a long episode or should we do 2?
Let's do 2.
Okay.
Because all of that stuff you were going to talk about
Right?
was awesome.
Right?
Oh, I can't even believe I forgot about it. And we were talking about chakras.
I know. What the hell?
Oh, so let's build this up because
Okay.
next week is
Yeah.
going to be really, really awesome.
Yes, it is.
We have some really cool stuff to talk about next week.
We do. The unfortunate thing is that if we Jesus, Sherry, speak. If we record that episode now, that's going to come out the following week.
Yeah, we can.
So
just
there's not going to be any updates on my date.
take the stuff you have and develop it.
Okay.
It's good material, and there's a whole lot more that we could do with it. And and then we can talk about that. I totally forgot. We should have written it down. Well, I mean, I got a bunch of stuff here that I wrote down that we didn't talk about, so we got a full show.
Okay.
We got so much stuff to talk about. This show, we're gonna have to do a 2-hour show now.
Not right now.
Yeah. So we should probably wrap it up with talking about
The
the
beer.
live beer review. What we think of the live beer, the beer.
All right. This is Brewer's release number 1 called Quad. It's an ale brewed with mission figs, raisins, dates, and fennel seed. It's by, I think the brewery is, it's in the Brewers Association. They're part of the Independent Craft Brewers Association, and it's Service Brewing Company. So you were right. It does look like the Army, but it's Service Brewing Company.
Yeah, but I don't think it's the Army, right?
No, I don't know that the Army makes beer.
No.
Not legally. So it's
tell you about
brewed
it.
and canned by Service Brewing Company in Savannah, Georgia.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. Did you know this was local? Well,
Fairly local? No, I did not.
Okay. So it's veteran owned, veteran brewed.
That's the service part,
Precisely.
I'll bet. That's why it has that Army vibe to it.
Yep.
Well, what do you think of it?
I'm drinking it, but I'm also drinking my other cocktail. So it's hard for me to give it an actual review.
It's not as bad as I thought. It's not what I thought. It's not like
It's not sweet.
It's not a
No.
dessert syrupy beer
No,
at all.
no.
It does lean slightly toward the sweet,
Yeah.
but the thing I don't like about it is it loses carbonation really quick.
Well, it didn't have much to begin with.
No, and so I just don't know. I'm not.
You like bubbly drinks.
I like it to keep its carbonation. That's just. I mean, what good's a beer if it's not going to have?
Yeah,
that?
but if you're going to drink 4 of them.
I know you're going to be belching a lot, but this is just. I don't know. 2.5 stars from me.
I mean, it's interesting.
Yeah.
It definitely has some flavors I've not tasted before.
I agree with that.
And if those are fig and dates and raisins, great. If not, it's just whatever. But it's also not my favorite.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was my situation.
How about a 2?
2.
2.
Okay, so there you go.
Yeah,
all
I'm not
right,
that
well, we should shut the podcast down. Thanks for joining us, people. Sorry if we poked any holes in your favorite
And or rambled
stories.
like idiots, which we do often. So you can find us at This Epic Disaster, or no, you can email us at thisepicdisaster@gmail.com. You can find us on Facebook at facebook.com/thisepicdisaster. You can find us also on the Instagram and the Twitter and things. You
everywhere.
can download us, not us, But you can download our podcast from where? From like Stitcher, from
Google Play, and the Big Daddy iTunes. And if you do download us, please give us a little review, even if it's one sentence, even if you think we suck, say we suck, but give us some stars, give us a review.
Yeah.
Interact with us, let us know. It helps us as we formulate this podcast.
Send us hate mail.
Yeah, please tell Sherry to stop taking off her bra. We need that.
This is comfortable.
Don't do that. Why? Don't grab yourself. It's rude. But yeah, please. And if you don't know, because I would say some people don't,
right?
We do another podcast.
We do
another podcast called Life in a Kill Podcast.
It's about life.
We've been doing it for over a year, and the new one comes out this coming week. So we will be doing that.
Yeah.
People should be listening.
Yeah.
We still got to record that.
Yeah.
And we got some interesting stuff coming up. It's really, I think, going to talk a lot about St. Patrick's Day, maybe.
That's where we're going. That's where we're heading. We haven't recorded the episode yet, so we can't say for sure. But we do have an interview
and some other stuff happening.
And some other stuff.
So check us out there. You can go to lifeinakill.com, lifeinakill.podcast.com, and listen to us there. But please don't abandon us here.
We need you. We need you.
Stay with this epic disaster. Hopefully we will. We got so much information. We're going to have to do another show.
Not right now.
We won't do it right now because we don't have any more beer, but we'll get some beer.
Okay.
We'll do another show, and I think we'll record the next one. We will videotape the next one.
All right. And I will leave my bra on.
Please.
Okay.
We don't need those kind of ratings.
What are you talking about?
I don't know. All right, people. Thank you so much for joining us, for hanging out with us, for listening to our crap, and for balancing our chakras since before the time of Christ. We are happy that you're here. We consider you our friends, and we want you to come back and please do.
Okay, bye.
Bye.